Jake, Gabrielle, looking back over.
Jake?
Yeah, way over that shoulder. And that smile, little wave right here. And a big smile back this way. Jake, looking down here for us really quick. And Jake. Gabrielle, straight ahead, please.
Sweetheart!
Right here, though.
Gabrielle! Straight ahead, Gabrielle!
Gabrielle, that's...
And I'll make you guys right here.
Guys, can we get a chance to take a shot over here? Guys, right here, please. And come on down this way. Oh, that in front of that suit. 1, 2, 3, that smile. There it is.
And guys, right here.
And gentlemen. Don, turn your shoulders this way. And you're pushing it. You know, everybody has a timing. Everybody has a...
And right for me.
Right here for us? And that smile, sir. There it is, right there. Right just out. There you go. Thank you. Hey, guys, just put smile, please. Smiles right there. Very nice. Thank you so much. And right here, please.
Jennifer.
That smile one time right here. Check down
Mark,
just
one
a
more
touch,
time,
please.
Mark.
Right here on the end. In the middle.
You want to do just the front row?
Yep. And then right here first, guys. Beautiful.
You know, it's always amazing to me when we get to this point because it's a 4-year process. We started this back in 2018. Don, actually, the director, started a year before us. And it has been just a joyous ride. I love working with Don. I love working with Qui, the co-director and writer. And this is a big celebration. And I love the film. First of all, the wonderful thing is our animation crew found a really wonderful style. Kind of an exaggerated style, but and it really is part of the DNA of our hand-drawn style, which is kind of cool. It harkens back to those great kind of 40s and 50s films like Lady and the Tramp and Ichabod Crane and that kind of stuff. But you're going to meet Splat, who is probably going to be everyone's favorite character. You're going to meet Legend, who, if Splat isn't your favorite, Legend will probably be. But then you get into the 3 generations, and you have Ethan Clade, the youngest, Searcher Clade, the father, and then the grandfather, Jaeger Clade. And they're amazing characters and amazing actors playing them. Jaboukie Young White for Ethan, and you have Jake Gyllenhaal as Searcher, and then Dennis Quaid plays Jaeger Clade. And it's a complete coincidence that it rhymes. It's a great adventure. It's a lot of fun. It's very funny, but there's also a big heart behind it. And I think people are going to drive away, and as they leave the theater, they're going to talk about it, and they're going to talk about it the next morning. And there's so many wonderful things that they can talk about in this film. I'm really excited.
Oh, it's so lovely. It's such a beautiful film. It's so lovely. It's so fun. It's so funny. It was so wonderful to make. Everybody in it really likes each other. It's really nice. Yeah, it's really, really lovely to be here. Yeah, I mean, it's about 3 generations of family. I think all of them having their own issues with each other and having to resolve them, and only being able to resolve them if they do, they save the world. You know, it's pretty much that simple. But it's filled with all the things, I think, all the complications within our own family, all the things that we all deal with and struggle with, and how much we love each other, sometimes how hard it is to talk and communicate the things that we want to say. And when we finally do, it feels like we've crossed some huge chasm, like we've actually changed the world. And in a lot of ways, it's a movie, I feel like, about family being the microcosm for how we treat the world outside of ourselves. And I just love that as an idea. From the very beginning, when Don and Qui told me about the story and they pitched me what it was about. It moved me so much. I related to it wholly, and I love the whole film.
Being able to be in person and just be with my castmates and see people react to the film, it's really exciting. I think some of the main themes are definitely family, being true to yourself, and our responsibility to ourselves, to each other, and to the world.
Well, I mean, this is so thrilling for us. This is the third film we've done mostly from home. Now we're coming back together again, so we got to celebrate it together. And I just feel like this is just the perfect, most joyous film to get to come back together again.
You know, it's 450 people who put their hearts and souls into these movies, and then there's this moment, this big red carpet, this premiere, which is our chance to sort of give it from ourselves out to the world. Very exciting night.
Well, it's definitely a lot about family, legacy. It's 3 generations of men, which is really fun. We do a lot of female leads, so to have, with Dawn's vision, this wonderful 3 generations together, and really looking at what we leave behind for the next generation and how we adapt for the sake of the next generation, and I find that really beautiful.
Yeah, no, I agree. I've always loved the idea from the beginning that is about what is our legacy? What are we leaving behind? How are we thinking about this planet? It's always meant a lot to me.
Well, I will say there's a fantastic moment 3/4 of the way through that no one will ever expect. That is really one of my most favorite moments we've ever done, and really powerful. And other than that, it's just the joy of this family. They're so original and specific, and I think relatable. Yeah.
And the world that's been created is so stunningly beautiful. And I think people are just going to fall in love with every aspect of it, and to Jen's point, be surprised at the end.
No, this is an amazing experience. I think when you work in Hollywood for as long as I have, and this is like the albatross that you didn't realize was not hanging on your career. So just to be included in a movie like this is a huge celebration for me personally, and to be a part of a story like this is a huge celebration for our family. Yeah, I mean, we cover generational, hiccups, where the older generation feels like the younger generation needs to follow exactly in their footsteps in order to be considered successful or good or worthy. And the younger generation wants to forge their own path. And if you don't address those situations, they are bound to repeat themselves. And that's sort of what we see in this movie.
It's pretty wild tonight. It's pretty wild. It's fitting of this movie. It's a very wonderful, strange movie, and it's a wonderful, strange night on the red carpet.
Super surprising. I think we've been working really hard for many years now, and to finally be here has been it's been kind of crazy, kind of relieving, but definitely a celebratory mood.
Well, I mean, mainly we wanted to tell a story, an environmental story about what it means to be a good ancestor through the lens of 3 generations of one family, and then also have it be a big, giant adventure story as well.
And themes about fathers and sons, and like grandfathers, and like kind of the generational kind of like things that you go through as a parent and a child. So those are elements that we look forward to having people see it.
I've got to commend Don and Qui, because they wrote it. It's just so adventurous and so fun. So really, I was just trying to recapture the spirit of a lot of. It's a modern film, but a lot of the, we spoke about like Jurassic Park and Indiana Jones, all that kind of thing. Hence the, so it was just that how to make a really adventurous score that leans into some of those really cool movies that we all love from the past, and just really celebrating the orchestra and melodies, and I don't know, just keeping it super exciting and just as fun as the film is. I haven't seen anything like it, I mean, it's a great story, it's a great emotional story, a great family story, But they've done an amazing job of it really feeling like, you know, an adventure to the other side of, you know, some universe you've never seen before. It really is pretty stunning, and I really got to enjoy that with the music as well. So I think people are going to be, it's pretty jaw-dropping when you actually get into Strange World. I guarantee you haven't seen anything like it.